Oh, do 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 I just got a little tune in my head. What's up, Barrel Maker, Somerset? How y'all doing? It's just a little tune that just came in my head really, really quick. I'm gonna have to capture that. Okay, but what's up, everybody? Welcome to our metaphysical Bible study. I'm gonna come on and just share a little bit. What's going on? Is it Barrel Maker 17? Somerset? How y'all doing? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. My name is Titus Glenn. I'm your spiritual deconstruction coach. And today we're going to get into some conversation around deconstructing gospel music. Okay? So if you haven't been here before, hey, my name is Titus Glenn. And again, I'm your spiritual deconstruction coach. We're having these conversations so that people can be aware that it's safe. It's safe. It's safe for you to explore where you are. So Vibes and Verse, welcome. Evie, welcome. Is it Tanisa Berry? Welcome. Welcome. So for those that's been in this week, we made it through the entire week. Man, this week is just gone by. So for those that are new to this moment where we have been coining metaphysical Bible study, hey Terrence Sewell, thank you for the gift, family. We've been deconstructing gospel music. Why have we been deconstructing gospel music? Because gospel music was a tool that supported the theology that we were raised on. And you can also transfer this to Christian music. And there's no heat, no judgment. Like if you're choosing to still listen to that music, you still have your own beliefs. This conversation may not be for you. Why? Because I'm not saying not to listen to these songs, these music. What I'm doing in this space, or feel led to do, if anything, is to give people information on how to use the same music that brought them into the presence of God. Use it in a way to help them get to the feeling, to get to a greater awareness of self, so they can get into the feeling, get into the presence or that energy, that source, that vortex, so that they can heal and become greater in all that they are wanting and setting up to do. And how I came to this conclusion, and thank you for being here. Tap that screen if you can, family. Let everybody know that we are live so that they know. But how I came to this knowledge is my own journey. I used to be triggered by songs with the name of Jesus. I used to be triggered with the word God in it as I was unpacking, trying to figure out, what does this mean to me? What does this mean to me? And as I've been doing the study and the research, I'm understanding even now why it was such a chaotic moment inwardly, because now I know even furthermore how music impacts our brain and goes into our limbic system, which encompasses our amygdala and hippocampus. The amygdala is about our emotions, and the hippocampus is about memory. So just imagine you being sung to or listen to a song saying that you're a sinner saved by grace, and the music in itself is already taking you to a emotional, I want to say roller coaster, but it's taking you to a place of, whoa, what am I feeling? And you feel this energy and this idea of a surrender, and you get into this place and you cry and you release, right? So you have that memory of freedom and relaxation, or whatever that was for you in the presence of God. And then now that you are deconstructing those same songs, you question what it was, like, what was I doing in that moment? And so now you can't really get into that space You can't get into that space of finding how to connect with the God of your understanding or the divine, because what once got you into that place now leaves you in a place of conflict. That makes sense, family? Does that make sense? Tap the screen, share this live. Let me know that this is making sense for you. And it may not make sense to everybody, because everybody may not understand what it's like to be so in love with the music that's taking you to the presence of God and now be at war within yourself behind what you are hearing. Okay? So this conversation is for those that are deconstructing and are wanting to still have access to the music in a way that's not traumatizing to them. Okay? So welcome again to the room. TJ Blessed, Sagbo, Psalms 91:8. So let's get into it. So today, we are talking about total praise. I don't know if you heard the song before. Total Praise by Richard Smallwood. Lord, I will lift mine eyes to the hills, knowing my help is coming from you. Your peace you give me in time of a storm. You are the source of my strength. Oh, you are the strength of my life. And I lift my hands in total praise to you. Amen. 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 So that's the song, right? That's the song that you may have heard sung on many occasions. And I thought about that song because somebody mentioned it on my Facebook page. Like, a song as to deconstructing. And what does these songs mean to us now? What do these songs mean to us now? And if you're in the room, have you heard Total Praise? Are you familiar with the song? Like, what does the song mean to us now? So I'm going to do what I can to really just share my thoughts. And my heart is that as we're going through this, that you're getting tools on how to unpack songs for yourself, so that when songs come up, not just while you're out and about, but sometimes songs just come back up in your spirit, if you will, right? And maybe you don't know what to do with those songs. This is a way to still use those songs and not be triggered. And I'm giving you a strategy as to what to do, right? To really reevaluate the song, reinvestigate the song. Like, what does it mean now that I'm conscious, that I'm awake, that I'm in this Christ conscious space? Like, what does it mean now that my spirit is giving me these songs again? Okay? So let's just run it line by line and let's just get into it, okay? So the first part of the song starts out with, Lord, I will lift mine eyes to the hills. What's up, Low Beauty, coming in the room? Lord, I will lift mine eyes to the hills, right? So I think, for me, I can look at this two ways. You can look at this two ways, family. Lord, I will lift my eyes to the hills. This Lord can be looked at, first of all, it's okay, you choose how you want to. I wouldn't look at it no longer as something outside of myself, but this Lord would align more with me to the higher power that's within. So in the biblical sense, this line refers to Psalms 121, where the psalmist looks to the hills as a source of help and strength, symbolizing God's presence and support. Okay? But if we want to invite into the conscious space, Lord, I will lift up my eyes to the hills, right? We can look at this now in this conscious space, is that we are going within and turning into our higher self or our conscious self so that we can become aware or shift our perspectives. So this Lord would be the higher power that's within, right? And then the hills will be an upward thing, so it puts our thoughts on a more positive high vibrational state versus calling on something outside of ourselves. And how y'all feeling about that, family? The other thing I want to call into this space is that, Lord, as I've been taught and doing the digging, is that Lord is also can be looked at or translated as to law. And oftentimes it's referred to universal laws. So the idea is that I'm looking to the universal truths that governs our world, or governs this 3D dimension. So you can look at it as the higher self, but you can also look at it as I'm turning to the universal truths so that I can get assistance in changing my perspective and lean in to the universe truths so that I can know how to navigate and remain in my divinity. Okay? So Lord, as a universal law or a higher power, right? Instead of personifying Lord as an external deity, we can understand it as a divine law or universal truth governing existence. This law represents the infinite intelligence behind all creation. Okay? Lift mine eyes to the hills. We're just recapping. The hills represent higher consciousness or elevated states of being. Lifting one's eyes metaphorically suggests raising awareness or expanding consciousness. It is a call to look inward and upward, aligning yourself with higher thought patterns and divine wisdom. Cameron. Hilarious. So if you're coming in the room, we are unpacking. Okay? And fam, we're going to have to do this in 2 parts because I got a booking today that I wasn't expecting. So I got 20... Hey, I got 20 minutes to be here, and then we'll after that, which should be 15 minutes, I'll hop back on if you guys are up to that, okay? If you're up to that. No pressure, okay? And if you're not, it's all good. But I wanted to make sure that I stay committed to the time. And then it's also a reminder for me to go and change my booking calendar to be moved to 10:30 and not 10, okay? So forgive me for today, okay? It's being recorded, okay? So the conversation that we had yesterday, I believe, is now on YouTube, so you can go back to YouTube to look at it, okay? And I'm doing my due diligence to make sure that it's uploaded the same day, okay? So today, family, just to recap, okay, we are in this deconstructing of total praise. And we've already given you 2 ways to look at Lord. You can look at Lord as the higher power within, or you can also look at Lord as the universal laws governing our existence. Okay, and just to recap, all right, Lord is universal law or higher power. Instead of personifying Lord as an external deity, we can understand it as the divine law or universal truth governing existence. This law represents the infinite intelligence, behind all creation. Lift mine eyes to the hills. The hills represents higher consciousness or elevated states of being. Lifting one's eyes metaphorically suggests raising awareness or expanding consciousness. It is a call to look inward and upward, aligning yourself with higher thought patterns and divine wisdom. This is good to me. How y'all feeling out there? And I'm going to try not to rush because I promise I'll come back on, okay? Because I want to make sure that we maximize this moment. So next time Total Praise come on, I'm going to be thinking, okay, Spirit, God, Source, Creator, you're calling me to come up higher in my thinking, to change my awareness. Come on, somebody, to take my eyes off of what I thought was and give way what could possibly be. Okay? Again, this perspective, doing it this way, now invites us to shift our focus from external problems to internal solutions found in divine awareness and universal principles. Okay? Let's get to the next line. Knowing that my help comes from you. The traditional meaning, God is the source of all help and strength, right? Now, we look at it metaphysically, the metaphysical perspective. You, as the divine within, keep that in mind, knowing that my help comes from you, we're referring to the divine within. Oh, that's what's up, Cameron. Here, you can be interpreted as the divine spark within each of us. Our help and strength come from our awareness of our connection to the greater divine power. Ooh. You can be interpreted as a divine spark within each of us. Our help and strength come from our awareness of our connection to the greater of the divine power. Are you with me, family? So when we're looking at, again, knowing my help come from you, this is going to come from that voice that's on the inside of you. Right? That voice that's telling you to go ahead or be still or stop and reflect. That's where this comes from. And God, thank you guys for the share. Thank you for liking this live. Now, empowerment through self-awareness. This line emphasizes that we are not separate from the divine. Come on, because everything God is, I am. Right? This line emphasizes that we are not separate from the divine. By recognizing our divinity, we tap into the infinite source of guidance, strategy, and strength. My God. This is so good. Again, if you're coming in the room, we are deconstructing gospel music, I'm going to say, for the next couple of months. And today, we are unpacking Total Praise. We are at the line where it says, knowing that my help comes from you. Okay? This you can be looked at now in this conscious space as the you within that's connected to the divine or greater power. Okay? And this is an opportunity to reflect on your inner strength, recognizing your oneness with universal truth. Okay? And this is now an opportunity to be in alignment with what your soul or what you're hearing intuitively versus seeking guidance outside. Or it could be this idea of an opportunity not to rely on other people's opinion. Especially if you know what you hear intuitively. Okay? Ooh, this is good to me. All right? Then we have the next line. Your peace you give me in time of the storm. Right? Traditionally, this would mean God provides peace and comfort in challenging times. Now, when we look at this as a metaphysical perspective, peace can be looked as inner stillness. Woo! Listen. This peace that we were traditionally asking God for outside of ourselves is now an opportunity to shift that focus and now be more in tune with getting still so that we can tap into the inner peace. Just to note, peace is not something given externally. It is a state of being cultivated through the connection to the divine that is within. This is so edible. Peace is not something given externally. It is a state of being cultivated through connection to the divine within. Now, when we break down storm, looking at life challenges, the storms of life symbolizes external chaos, challenges, and hardships. Inner peace arises when we anchor ourselves in the awareness that we are more than our circumstances. Okay? When we look at the storm as life challenges, the storms of life symbolizes external chaos, challenges, and hardships. Inner peace arises when we anchor ourselves in the awareness that we are more than our circumstances. I also want to call into attention is that our external is only a reflection of the inner. Ooh. Man. I'm thinking I should have moved my call back. Not because I'm ready for the call. Like I want to dig into this. I'm gonna have to come back. Because this goes back into what I've taught on here before, the mirror effect. And I was just talking to a client just this week because they were talking about all these things that was going on, and this was going on and this was going on, and they was like, well, they did this and why they treat me this way. And I was like, at the end of the day, what's really happening is that they're bringing to you what's happening internally. So the chaos that you're projecting outwardly is really not the chaos is really not about what's going on outwardly. It's what's going on within. Woo. So this is why that storm is dismantled or can be dismantled when you get into this inner stillness. And this supports us getting to the practice of mindfulness and using inner stillness as tools for navigating challenges. True peace comes from understanding that storms are temporary, but divine truth is eternal. And real peace comes when you understand that you are the eye of the storm. Man. OMG. When you understand that you are the eye of the storm, everything else has to line up. How y'all feeling about this, family? I know I'm trying not to talk fast, but I want to stop, pause to make sure you guys are connecting where we are. Man. It make you want to go back and listen to the song again, huh? And this is about us unpacking these songs so that we can go, and if you don't go back and listen to it when it comes up, you can be your own surgeon inwardly to rewire yourself so that you can be more productive. So that you can be more aware. So you can heal. So that you can cultivate how to connect with the divine using gospel music. Or if the song is coming up for you out of nowhere. Oh, wait, what is this? I don't even listen to that stuff anymore. Because that has happened to me. Like, like, I wasn't even doing anything. Why is this song coming up? And I have found when the songs come up and I start to pull it apart and deconstruct, is so many gems. So many gems. This song is even more of a gem. Especially when you start talking about you are the eye of the storm. Understanding that the peace that you seek is within. Okay? Next line. You are the source of my strength. You are the strength of my life. The traditional meaning would be God is the ultimate source of strength and sustains life. Now, metaphysically, source of strength as divine connection, our strength comes from our alignment with divine laws and principles. Woo. When we remember our oneness with the universal power, we feel empowered to overcome challenges. Man, let's run that back. The source of strength as a divine connection. Our strength comes from our alignment with divine laws and principles. When we remember our oneness with the universal power, we feel empowered to overcome challenges. Strength of life as a vital energy. This acknowledges the life force or divine energy that flows through us, sustaining us. So this line right here allows you to explore your inner strength, connecting it to your ability to lean into the universal laws and principles. Because that is what is going to sustain you when you know that you are in alignment. Because when you are in alignment, everything must connect. When you're doing what you're called to do, when you've taken the appropriate action, when you've said something in love, that is strength. That is power. When you've moved according to your highest and greatest good along with others, now you are tapping into your strength, the strength that comes from within. Thank you so much for the likes, family. Okay, and I think I might have. So this will be the last line. We're gonna see if we can wrap it up. Okay. I lift my hands in total praise to you. The traditional meaning, a gesture of worship and surrender to God. Now, the metaphysical perspective, lifting hands could be a sign of opening up. Ooh, this is what I like. Lifting hands could be a sign of opening up. Metaphysically, lifting hands signifies surrendering ego. Woo. Where is come on, call an usher. Lifting of hands, a sign of opening up. Metaphysically, lifting hands signifies surrendering ego, opening to divine wisdom, and aligning with universal energy. So the idea of surrendering and letting go old beliefs could be a lifting of the hands. Man, surrendering your idea of what you think should be happening and getting into the flow and letting God, source creator, your intuition take you and you not fight against the grain. This is the lifting of hands in this metaphysical space of looking at total praise. Total praise as a recognition of unity, praise in an act of gratitude, right? An acknowledgement of the divine flow within and surrounding us and around us. It's in a moment of complete alignment with the macro. I also will call into this space that when we surrender, this total praise is also gratitude that God, source creator, is going to connect the dots. Man. It's an opportunity to affirm that it's already done. That as I let go of what my ego is making me feel like, I step into a posture of gratitude and thanksgiving that things are as they need to be and should be, and all things are coming together for my highest and greatest good. So this praise is a not just connectedness, but it's also a way to affirm that everything is good on all accounts. Man, ooh. Listen. This is so edible to me, and I know this is had to be a little, not a little short. I think we did what we needed to do. What I know things are coming up out there, and I'm saying I know, but I feel like, there's some things that you're like, man, I wanted this, I wanted that, and maybe we can talk about that when I hop back in. But just something to consider, family. This song is full of even more gems when you start to do the inner work. Because now you can say, if I'm not at my best or if I'm feeling low, you can start to ask yourself the question, am I in full alignment? Have I been obedient all the way? That's what's up, Bianca. Just something to consider. That next time you hear total praise, that it calls you up to be more self-aware. That it calls you up to check to see if you're in full alignment. Are you relying on something outside of yourself? Is there a storm that's brewing that you're refusing to take control of because you refuse to get still and get quiet? So that you can hear and be empowered by what to do next. And as we lift our hands, we surrender our ego, we surrender our pride, right? With trust, knowing that all things are well, everything is working out for us, and I step into the flow because the universe, source, God, creator has my back as I line up, and I surrender in gratitude. Listen. All right, family. That was we did it really quick. Listen, we hopped in, we did that in about 30 minutes, and that was edible. It's like we done had lunch or breakfast. Come on. Okay? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go into this meeting, right? And let's say I'm gonna come back in 30 minutes. And I'm just gonna recap. I'm gonna open it up just in case y'all have any questions. And so for the next 30 minutes, let this marinate. Think about it. What came up for you? And then when I come back, we can attack it. Not attack it, but we can have more conversation around it, okay? All right. I'll see you in about 30 minutes. Talk to y'all soon.